small mini car pieces and a mylar.
And here's my electric motor fan.
Here's my father's pill cam. He says it takes wireless videos of the colon. That means you swallow it like a regular medicine pill and it sends a video of your insides to a screen.
Cool! How do you get it out? You know, that camera pill.
Dad didn't want to tell me. He probably doesn't know. He's a neurologist. He does stuff with people's brains, not their colons. He says he doesn't even know why Lily gave it to him. I figure he won't mind if we borrow it.
Who's Lily?
That's the name of the company he works for.
Oh.
Hey guys, you know how we are learning about kindness in Mrs. Nurok's class? Well, I found something about it in Pirkei Avos. First it says, the Torah was given to Moshe, then it was passed down to Yeshua, then to the elders, and so on. In the second Mishnah, Shimon Tzaddik says the world stands on three things: Torah, Avodah, serving Hashem, and Gemilas Chasadim, doing kindness.
We're a little busy right now, Tehila.
Maybe you can tell us later. You're going to lose the airship. Don't let it get out of the door.
I can't control it anymore. It must be too far away from the remote. We've got to go get it.
Boys, boys, boys.
up in space. I wonder if it'll ever come down.
Maybe we could get my father's camera pill back.
Better hope it doesn't fall into someone's mouth.
How likely is that to happen?
About as likely as a chances to ever seeing it again.
Look, everybody. Wow!
The city of I is this way, and the city of L is this way. People will be traveling these roads. People must be traveling on these roads all the time. It will be a great opportunity to help and invite guests that need a rest.
Hashem, do kindness for my master, Abraham, and arrange that the girl who shows kindness and gives water to me and my camels will be the one that you have shown to be a wife for Yitzchak. Please give me some water from your pitcher. Drink. I'll also bring water for your camels until they're done drinking. who did not hold back kindness from my master.
How is this ring showing stuff from the times of Abraham?
I don't know, but it's interesting that everything that it is showing us is about our ancestors doing acts of kindness. Abraham and Sarah wanted to live in a place where they would be able to do the most kindness for people who would need their help. And find a wife for Yitzhak. Eliezer, the servant of Abraham, knew that he must find someone that would be ready to do an amazing act of kindness, one that would truly show kindness as part of who she is. Through the plagues and the splitting of the Red Sea, Hashem showed the whole world that he can control and change nature.
By changing nature, he really created things. Water was replaced by blood. The sand and dust of the earth became lice. Hashem created the blood. Hashem created the lice.
Rabbi Gleck said, that is why we mentioned leaving Egypt and Kiddush on Friday night. Shabbat is how we show that we believe Hashem created the world. The way we know that Hashem was the creator is because of what he did in Egypt.
Moshe, I will come to you in a thick cloud, so the people will hear when I speak to you. Then they will believe in you forever. Who took you out of Mitzrayim. You should serve no other gods, nor shall you make idols.
People heard Hashem speaking to Moshe at Har Sinai. They saw clearly that Hashem chose Moshe to be the one to write his words down in the first Torah scroll. So we know that Moshe was absolutely trustworthy because Hashem himself trusted Moshe.
looks like the Mishkan.
I've heard of that. It's the place that Kohanim brought sacrifices while the Jews were traveling in the desert.
I wonder what that would have looked like.
Which means close. In the Mishkan, sacrifices were a special way for us to become close to Hashem.
But we no longer have the Mishkan or Beit HaMikdash to bring any carbon.
That's true, but we've learned in class that we still can become really close to Hashem.
Right. When we daven, we are talking to Hashem. Just like we can stay close to relatives who live far away by speaking to them. The same thing can happen when we talk to Hashem with tefillah.
That's why a shul faces east, towards the place of the Beit HaMikdash in Yerushalayim, because from there our tefillahs go up to Hashem like the sacrifices.
people. We don't deserve enough help from Hashem to defeat them.
That's right. Look at this fruit. Now imagine how big the people are.
That night, the people cried that they would never enter Israel as Hashem promised.
The next morning, Moshe told the people that they'd done a very bad thing, not to trust that Hashem brought them into the land.
For that reason, Hashem caused the Jewish people to travel in the desert for 40 years.
You should put a string of blue techelas on the tips of the corners.
What do you say about a garment that is all blue techela? Does it still need a blue string on the corner?
Yes, Korach, my cousin, it still needs that string.
That's ridiculous. Moshe makes no sense.
You know, Moshe, you appointed yourself as a leader.
Yeah.
And you gave your brother Aharon the second highest job as Kohen Gadol. Something here smells rotten.
Yeah.
Maybe what you say is not really from Hashem. Maybe I should be the Kohen Gadol because I'm the oldest son from the family of Yitzhak.
Tomorrow Hashem will show who he wants to be the Kohen Gadol. Each of you should bring a fire pan with spices and Aharon will do the same. If these men die a normal death, then Aharon and I are not special. But if Hashem makes a new miracle and the earth swallows them, then you'll know Hashem has sent me. Separate yourselves from these men or you may die along with them.
the end of Moshe's life, the Bnei Israel approached the border of Eretz Israel. Moshe gave them instructions of things that had to be different in Israel.
Hashem has entrusted the task of leading Bnei Israel to you, Yehoshua. I cannot enter the land. Be strong. Hashem is with you. There was no prophet in Israel like Moshe. The Torah itself was special because he spoke to Hashem directly.
Moshe heard what Hashem said and taught it to Yehoshua, his student. That's how we can understand Torah today. Each teacher was taught by his teacher, and the chain goes all the way back to Moshe, who was taught by Hashem. That's how Hashem wanted it to be.
It's funny how everything that we saw from the camera was just what I was saying. The three things the world stands on. We received the Torah, we saw acts of kindness, and we saw service in the Mishkan. And now we understand how the Torah was given to Moshe and passed down to Yehoshua.
It was passed down from generation to generation, from people we can trust to us that it really happened.
Even though it was thousands of years ago,
very auspicious occasion, this very special occasion, I want to share an interesting perspective so that we can appreciate what it is that these students have learned and what it is that they're going to continue to be able to do now that they will receive their Chumashim. Our rabbis tell us, Ma'aseh Avot Simam Lebanim, that historical events, that which occurred to our patriarchs, is a guidepost for us throughout all of Jewish history. But the Torah is much more than a history book. In fact, the word Torah, Torah, means guide. The Torah is our moral compass. The Torah is the lens by which we understand geopolitics even today. Very interestingly, the two parshiot that these students, our second graders, will now be studying in the original text, Lech Lecha and Vayera, contain the seeds of understanding the relationship between the Arabs and Israelis today. The story of Hagar and Ishmael. The Torah teaches us and doesn't shy away from the meaty issues of the sibling rivalry, of the tough love, of the banishment of Ishmael and Hagar from the house of Abraham, and the consequences that resulted from that. Very interestingly, she strays in the desert with water and bread on her back, and ultimately a miracle occurs and she finds water and Ishmael is saved. Generations later, the Jews will find themselves as strangers in the land of Egypt, and they too will go out with bread on their back, matzah dough, and find themselves in a series of water crises from which God will save them. And ultimately, they are enjoined and commanded, v'ahavtem et hager. We have to look out and respect and love the strangers, love the converts. V'ahavta l'reach hakamocha is a paradigm, one of the most important mitzvot that we have. This is my 7th Chumash party. So I was telling people I kind of feel a little old. The original Chumash partiers are now graduating the Haston Hebrew Academy. And so much has happened over that time. And we look back and see that. Rabbi Gluck, as my student, you know that. I marvel, just totally marvel how in 2 weeks you can put something like this together. And mostly, the students are a part of this experience without any tension, without any stress. And Miriam Gluck, that is, the only thing we share in common is our name. I could never work with my husband on a project, especially a project like this for this amount of time. It's something fantastic to see. To all of our staff, Mrs. Nurak and Mrs. Haston, who were there throughout to support, Mrs. Skillman, who's here, even with her little baby Spencer to support, to Marcy. It's such a special treat that you came back to share with us. Sherry Hamstra, our assistant principal, who came to be part of this special occasion. And up in the lights to Chagai, who helped with the curtains, to Mrs. Sloan and Mr. B. This event could never happen without you. And now it is my special privilege to participate in the presentation of the Chumashim, these very treasured connections that show us that the Torah is not just the past, but is the present and the future. So here we go. We're going to present the Chumashim to the 2nd grade. Everybody knows I make fun of the staff and tell them that as long as they can bend down and sit on the floor and jump up and put up bulletin boards, they're not allowed to retire. So that's why Rabbi Buck is leaving there like this on the floor. No, okay, there's no order. That's my favorite. All right. Evelina Rubchinsky. Russian family, and she is able to study Torah in a world, in a family where that that was not something that Jews would ever have been allowed to do. That's really very special. Asher Schwartz. Mia Schaefer. The Schaefers have joined our class this year. We're so delighted to have them. One of the unique dynamics of this class are the two sets of twins. So here we go. Eliezer Gluck, who's just like his father in second grade. Avia Melrose. Very special generations. We're honored with grandparents who were able to come today to share in this simcha. Sarah Sophia Schaefer. Abba Rivka Gluck. Tehila Rothstein. Alexa Cognac. Again, a special Russian descent. Kobe from Lily, from Eli Lilly, the next neurologist. Here we go. Sorry. Orly Alkaslasi, special Israeli wonderful descent. Orly greets every one of us with the simcha with a smile every morning. Ayanushka Schusterman. Our class this year, Hannah Kopney, Dorothea. Rivka Ricky Fogelson. And Nirit Iris Epstein.